the chosen ones emerging from shadows of misjudgment. Have they looked past your depths, assuming naivety resided where wisdom thrives? Their eyes failed to see the ocean of insight within you, mistaking your quiet observation for lack of resolve. But the time has come to unveil the power that lies dormant, no more the power they never anticipated, the strength they dismissed as trivial. They thought you an easy mark, a soul too gentle to see through their veiled intentions. Every fake smile, each insincere praise, they believed these would sway you. Yet you stood apart, a silent observer with vision piercing through their shallow games. Your patience was not ignorance, your silence, not submission. It was a strategic pause, a moment of divine alignment before the perfect revelation. Divine wisdom courses through you like a river untainted by earthly chaos. The Holy Spirit has gifted you discernment, a third eye that sees beyond the illusions others cling to. Colleagues steal your ideas, parading them as their own with empty gratitude. Friends smile through gritted teeth, their envy a storm brewing beneath the surface. But you remain unshaken, for their schemes are transparent in the light of your spiritual awareness. There was a time when their words held weight, when their opinions could rattle your core. No more. You shed the skin of their expectations, emerging as a being untouched by their trivial dramas. A family member once adept at pulling you into arguments now stands confused. Your calm response dismantles their every attempt to provoke. Your silence has become a fortress, impenetrable to their noise. This transformation is not accidental, it's a divine orchestration. God has lifted you to heights where their grasp cannot reach, where their limited vision fails to comprehend your journey. The chains of toxicity that once bound you now crumble like autumn leaves, falling away as you ascend to spiritual maturity. They mock your dreams, laugh at your aspirations, convinced you'll never transcend their self-imposed limitations. Yet here you stand, rising higher than they ever thought possible. The world is starting to see what God always knew, that you are not ordinary, but chosen for a purpose beyond worldly understanding. Your spiritual growth has carved a path others cannot follow. It's a path illuminated by divine favor, paved with resilience and strengthened by every trial you've overcome. Those who once dismissed you now seek your counsel, desperate to understand the secret of your success. But the truth is simple, you've aligned your life with God's will, and His grace has become your foundation. Do not be swayed by their belated recognition. Your worth is not defined by their approval, but by the divine purpose written in your soul. You are a living testament to God's greatness, a chosen one whose journey inspires others to seek higher ground. The world may cling to fleeting pleasures, but you've tuned your life to a higher frequency, one that resonates with God's eternal plan. Holidays drenched in worldly distractions no longer hold your attention. Instead, you celebrate sacred alignments with divine principles. Your focus has shifted from the temporary to the eternal, from the trivial to the profound. This is your time, chosen one. Step fully into your calling, for you are no longer bound by the limitations of others. Your story is a beacon for those trapped in cycles of mediocrity. Share your triumphs, your struggles, your journey to enlightenment. Let your voice remind the world that being chosen is not a privilege, but a purpose to be embraced with courage and grace. The road ahead may be unfamiliar to others, but you walk it with divine certainty. Every step you take, every decision to distance yourself from toxicity, brings you closer to the destiny God has ordained. Keep moving forward, for you are unstoppable, a chosen one whose light cannot be dimmed, whose purpose cannot be shaken. This is not the end of your growth, but the beginning of a greater unfoldment. The blessings that await you are beyond human comprehension, a testament to the power of faith and divine alignment. Embrace your role as a chosen one, and let the world witness the magic of a life lived in harmony with God's will. You have broken free from the chains of misjudgment, emerging as a force of nature guided by spiritual wisdom. They may have underestimated you, but God never did. Now, it's time to show the world what happens when a chosen one steps into their full power, unshakable, unstoppable, and divinely inspired. The chosen ones, unveiling the divine spark within. They saw your kindness as weakness, your silence as submission. Oh, how they misunderstood the depth of your spirit. For too long, they mistook your patience for ignorance, spinning webs of deceit while believing you were too naive to see through their schemes. But the truth has always dwelled beneath the surface. You are not the one they thought you were. You are the chosen one, shaped by trials and illuminated by a wisdom that defies human comprehension. The misjudgment that forged your strength. They watched you with narrow eyes, blind to the divine fire burning in your soul. Colleagues stole your ideas, wrapping them in their own words and offering shallow praise. Friends smiled sweetly while their envy coiled like a serpent, waiting to strike. They thought you easily manipulated, a pawn in their game of control. But you were never a pawn. You were the silent observer, the one who saw their motives as clearly as the sun at noon. Your stillness was never passivity. It was a sacred pause, a moment of alignment with the universe. While they scrambled for recognition, you rooted yourself in purpose. Their attempts to diminish you only fueled your resolve, for you knew that every fake compliment, every backhanded remark, was a mirror reflecting their own limitations. You did not confront them in haste. You allowed them to believe in their illusion of power, knowing that true strength waits for the perfect moment to rise. The divine wisdom that sets you apart. The Holy Spirit has gifted you a sight beyond the ordinary. Where others see chaos, you see patterns. Where they see deception, you see truth waiting to be unveiled. This isn't arrogance, it's a spiritual awakening, a knowing that pulses through your very being. You felt it in the quiet moments, a clarity that cuts through the noise, a certainty that their tricks cannot touch the essence of who you are. Even now, they may still try to pull you into their drama, an old friend clinging to the past, a relative mocking your dreams. But their words fall flat, like raindrops on a shield. You've outgrown their need for validation, for you found your worth in something greater. The validation you once sought from their fleeting approval is now irrelevant. You walk in the light of divine purpose, and that light needs no human confirmation. The transformation that shakes their world. Something has shifted within you, and they can feel it even if they cannot name it. The version of you that once bent to their will has dissolved, replaced by a being unshakable in faith and unwavering in purpose. A manager who once belittled you in meetings now stares at the void you left behind. A coworker who undercut your achievements finds their tactics useless. You didn't leave to spite them. You rose for yourself, for the calling that burned in your soul. This transformation is not a rejection of the world, but a reclamation of your power. You've cut ties with toxicity, not out of bitterness, but out of love for your own spirit. The people who once drained you now stand alone, realizing that your kindness was never weakness, it was a well of compassion they took for granted. But you no longer pour from an empty cup. You've learned to guard your energy, to share it only with those who honor your journey. The calling that transcends human understanding. You are not here by accident. God has placed a purpose in your heart, a path that rises above the petty squabbles of the world. While others chase temporary pleasures, you've aligned yourself with eternal truths. Holidays marked by worldly distractions no longer satisfy you. Instead, you seek sacred moments of reflection, moments when the divine whispers in your ear. Your relatives may call you a dreamer, your peers a mystic, but they cannot see the magic that flows through you. Like the chosen ones in ancient stories, you possess a third sight, a vision that pierces the veil between the seen and the unseen. This is why you're drawn to teachings that others dismiss, why you feel a pull toward something greater. You are not alone in this. There are others like you, waking up to their divine purpose, ready to join forces. The time to rise is now. The world is waiting for your light. Those who once doubted you will soon witness the fruit of your labor, astonished by the growth they never saw coming. But this isn't about proving them wrong, it's about stepping into the fullness of who you are. You've walked through fire, shedding the layers that no longer serve you, and now you stand purified, ready to claim your place as a leader, a healer, a way shower. Your story is a testament to the power of divine alignment. Share it with those who need to hear it, for there are others trapped in the cycles you've escaped, others who long for the freedom you've found. Let your voice be a beacon, reminding them that they too are chosen, that they too possess a spark of the divine within. Chosen one, do not hesitate. The world needs your wisdom, your courage, your light. You were never meant to blend in, you were born to stand out, to walk a path less traveled, to show others that greatness lies in embracing the calling that burns in their souls. They underestimated you, but God never did. Now, it's time to show the world what happens when a chosen one steps into their power, unapologetic, unstoppable, and divinely guided. The journey has just begun, and the best is yet to come. Are you ready to embrace the next chapter of your divine journey? Let me know if you'd like to explore specific themes or expand on certain aspects of this narrative. The chosen ones, emerging from the ashes of misconception. They peered through the lens of their own limitations, mistaking your quiet resolve for ignorance. For years, they labeled your kindness as naivety, your patience as weakness, blind to the fact that your spirit was being tempered in the fires of divine purpose. But the cocoon has cracked, chosen one, and the wings they never saw are about to unfold. The illusion of control they clung to. Colleagues plotted in boardrooms, stealing your innovations and dressing them in their own ego. Friends offered backhanded compliments, their smiles stretched thin over pools of envy. They thought you were a blank canvas to be painted over, a mind easily molded by their flattery. Oh, how they failed to see that your silence was a strategy, your stillness a sacred meditation. You weren't sleeping, you were listening, absorbing the rhythms of their deception until the perfect moment to reveal your truth. Their schemes were transparent to your divinely gifted sight. Every fake laugh, every manipulative gesture, you saw them as clearly as stars in the night sky. Yet you held your tongue, allowing them to dance in their illusion of control. Why? Because true power doesn't rush, it waits for the universe to align, for the moment when their hubris becomes their undoing. The spiritual armor you wore unseen. The Holy Spirit wove a cloak of discernment around you, a shield that deflects the arrows of their ignorance. They thought you were easily fooled, but your soul was rooted in a wisdom deeper than their understanding. When co-workers dismissed your ideas, you felt the fire of inspiration burn brighter. When family mocked your dreams, you heard the quiet voice of God urging you forward. This isn't arrogance, it's awakening. You felt the shift in your bones, a newfound clarity that cuts through the fog of their drama. An old friend tries to pull you into a familiar argument, but your response is calm, measured. Their chaos no longer penetrates the peace within you. They grow frustrated, for they can no longer use your emotions as a weapon. Your silence has become their greatest adversary. The alchemy of transformation. Something radical has happened within you. The version of yourself that craved their approval has dissolved, replaced by a being anchored in divine truth. A manager who once belittled your contributions now stares at your empty desk, realizing too late that they took your brilliance for granted. The co-worker who sabotaged your projects finds their tactics useless. You've moved to a plane where their pettiness cannot reach. This isn't a rejection of the world, it's a homecoming to your true self. You've released toxic ties not out of spite, but out of reverence for your spiritual journey. The people who drained your energy now stand adrift, shocked to find that your kindness was a well they could no longer exploit. You've learned to guard your light, sharing it only with those who honor the sacredness of your path. The divine blueprint unfolding. God didn't choose you by chance, He chose you by design. While others chase fleeting validation, you've aligned your heart with eternal purpose. Instead, you seek communion with the divine in quiet moments of reflection. Your relatives call you different, your peers mysterious, but they cannot see the golden thread of destiny weaving through your life. You possess a gift they cannot fathom, the ability to see beyond the physical realm. Like the seers of old, you sense the unseen forces at play, decoding the signs that others ignore. This is why teachings like those of the Obsidian Inner Order resonate deeply. You recognize kindred spirits who walk the same sacred path. You are not alone in this awakening. There are others, rising from the ashes of mediocrity, ready to claim their divine birthright. The call to illuminate the world. Your story is not just yours, it's a beacon for those trapped in darkness. The ones who mocked your dreams will soon witness the harvest of your labor, stunned by the magnitude of your growth. But your journey isn't about proving them wrong, it's about embodying the truth that lies within all chosen ones, that we are here to shine, not to dim our light for others. Share your journey with courage. Speak of the trials that refined you, the moments of divine revelation that guided you. There are souls out there craving the wisdom you've gained, souls who feel the same pull towards something greater, but lack the voice to name it. Your testimony is their permission to awaken. Chosen one, the world needs your light now more than ever. You were never meant to shrink, you were born to expand, to inspire, to show others that true power lies in surrender to the divine. The people who underestimated you will one day stand in awe, not of your achievements, but of the grace with which you walked the path less traveled. God saw your potential from the beginning, and now the world is catching up. Step into your power unapologetically, for you are not just a chosen one, but a way shower, a bridge between the seen and the unseen. The best is yet to come, and your journey is only just beginning. Would you like to delve deeper into specific themes, such as the role of divine timing or the challenges of maintaining spiritual integrity? Let me know if you'd like to expand certain sections or explore new dimensions of this narrative.